The phone screen glowed in the dim kitchen, casting a faint light on Marcus Thompson's weary face. It was 2 a.m., and the apartment was silent except for the soft whimpers of his 6-month-old daughter, Lily, in her crib. Marcus stared at the empty formula can on the counter, his heart sinking. His paycheck from the warehouse job was still days away, and the last of their food had run out yesterday. He'd skipped meals to stretch what little they had, but Lily's hungry cries cut deeper than his own hunger. Desperate, he typed a text to his sister, his fingers trembling. "I don't know what to do. I can't afford formula. Lily's starving. I'm failing her." In his exhaustion, he hit send to the wrong number, a number belonging to Sarah Bennett, the CEO of Bright Future Foods. Marcus didn't realize his mistake until morning, when his phone buzzed with a reply. "This is Sarah. I got your message. Can we talk?" His stomach dropped. Sarah Bennett? The CEO whose company owned half the grocery stores in the Midwest? He'd seen her face on billboards, always smiling, always polished. Why would she care about a nobody like him? Mortified, he typed a quick apology, but another message came through. "Please, Marcus. Call me. I want to help." Skeptical but desperate, Marcus dialed the number. Sarah's voice was warm, not the cold corporate tone he'd expected. "Tell me what's going on," she said. Hesitant at first, Marcus poured out his story, his wife's sudden death during childbirth, his struggle to raise Lily alone, the endless bills, and the shame of not being able to provide. Sarah listened without interrupting, and when he finished, she said, "You're not failing, Marcus. You're fighting. Let me help you keep going." That afternoon, a delivery truck pulled up to Marcus's run-down apartment complex. A driver unloaded boxes of formula, diapers, and groceries, enough to last months. Tucked inside was a note. "For Lily. You're not alone. Sarah." Marcus sat on the floor, tears streaming down his face as he fed Lily, her tiny hands grasping the bottle. For the first time in months, he felt a flicker of hope. But the story didn't end there. Days later, Marcus received an email from Bright Future Foods offering him a job as a logistics coordinator, a role with better pay, benefits, and daycare support. Stunned, he called Sarah to thank her, but she brushed it off. "You're a hard worker, Marcus. We need people like you." What he didn't know was that Sarah had spent hours reviewing his application, moved by his determination to keep going despite everything. She saw in him the kind of resilience her company valued, but more than that, she saw a father who reminded her of her own struggles growing up in a single-parent home. The job was a turning point, but the real twist came weeks later. At a company town hall, Sarah shared Marcus's story, without revealing his name, to highlight a new initiative, a community fund to support employees facing hardships. The announcement was met with applause, but Marcus, sitting in the back, froze. He hadn't told anyone about the text or Sarah's help. As the room buzzed, a coworker leaned over and whispered, "That's you, isn't it?" Marcus nodded, his throat tight. He'd spent so long feeling invisible, but now his story was inspiring others. The emotional climax came months later at a company picnic. Marcus, now settled into his new role, brought Lily, who giggled in her stroller. Employees approached him, sharing their own struggles and thanking him for sparking the fund that had helped them too. Sarah joined them, kneeling to play with Lily. "You changed things, Marcus," she said quietly. "Your courage started this." Marcus shook his head, tears welling. "You did this, Sarah. You answered a stranger's text." She smiled. Sometimes, all it takes is one person reaching out and another person listening. By the end of the year, the community fund had supported dozens of families, from medical bills to childcare. Marcus, once drowning in despair, found purpose in mentoring new employees, sharing his story to remind them they weren't alone. Lily grew stronger, her laughter filling their now cozy apartment. As Marcus tucked her into bed one night, he whispered, "We made it, baby girl. And we helped others make it too." The story of a mistaken text became a ripple of kindness, proving that even in our darkest moments, humanity's greatest strength is its ability to lift each other up. Marcus's accidental plea reached not just a CEO, but a woman who remembered what it meant to need help. Together, they showed the world that compassion can transform lives, one text, one act, one heart at a time.